It's the Sean Widmer Podcast. It's a journal by someone that just really doesn't like to write.
Let me give you something to do today. We're going to get into that. A feature on iPhone I didn't know about. I think we're going to maybe talk about that. A discovery I found yesterday, and something different in Lexington, Kentucky than in Spokane, Washington in a big way. Thanks for being here on the Sean Widmer Podcast. Shout out to my guy, Andy. Happy birthday, buddy. One of my very best friends, one of my favorite humans. Birthday today. Sad I'm not over in Spokane to go get a drink at the Elk with him, drive to his house, swim in his new pool that he got. There's nothing quite like inviting yourself over to someone's house and swimming in their pool. That's an all-time great move. Andy, unfortunately, has been the recipient of me just showing up to his house more often than he would want. So it's maybe a good thing for him that I'm not there for his birthday. But if I was, Andy, just know I'd be there with a very cheap cake of some kind as my payment to get into your pool, since it's summer and it's hot. Happy birthday, Andy. Miss you. Can't wait to see you next time I'm around, or you're around. Okay, what are we talking about today? Well, I got this message from Darnay, and I love these kind of things. So 82-0, I think, was all the rave about a month ago. A great app where you can put together an NBA roster and see if that team, when the computer simulates a season, see if that record would go 82-0. It's just it was really fun. So I've enjoyed that a lot. Well, Darnay sent me a new one that is very enjoyable. It's tough. It's not 82-0. It's not going to be as great as 82-0, but it's really fun. And you may have done it. Geosports.app. If you do I think if you put geosports.app/play, it automatically starts the game for you. But what it is it is a map of the world, and then you get 5 questions every day, and they will be questions that are about a sports team or a sports player. It's going to be like, I'm trying to think of a good one. Before, let's see, where is he from? I think is it Newcastle? Hang on. I'm doing research now because I have no memory anymore. Holland Landing. So it would say something like, before starting at point guard for the Gonzaga Bulldogs, Kevin Pangos grew up playing basketball in this city, and he grew up in Holland Landing, Canada. So you would look at this world map based on the clue, be like, okay, I know Pangos is from Canada. Where do I think Holland Landing is? If I look that up, then you click on the map, and it gives you a certain amount of points based on how far away you are from the right answer. So the first day I did terrible. Today I got an 826 out of 1,000. Did pretty well today, I think, for my standard. And it's fun. They ask, questions about like certain activities or certain foods you can get at ballparks. And it's good. Geosports.app. I think it's a fun one to throw in there for the sports fans who like trivia. Good luck. Let me know how you do. I like it. So thank you, Darnay, for a fun new daily time waster. I'm gonna love this one. I'm on a two days in a row. Excuse me, I'm playing it. I don't think I'm ever gonna get over this cough. This cough and cold I have had for 3 weeks now. So I don't know if it's ever gonna go away. It might be permanent. You have to put up with it. Sorry. Geosports.app. Okay, the other thing I wanted to bring up was on my phone. I didn't realize there's a send later feature for iPhone users for text messages. I wake up early, and it is, it's 6:50 here right now, and I think of things I want to text my friends. I'm like, okay, who do I need to text today? And so I always feel bad sending a text message right now because it's almost 4:00 a.m. over on the West Coast. And if someone's phone's on for whatever reason, or if, they're a light sleeper and the phone lights up, I don't want to wake them up right now. And so I've always been bummed about that because I'll tell myself, well, I'll remember to text them in 2 hours. No, I won't. But today I realized there is a send later feature. Again, you probably know this, but if you don't, and it's something you've wanted to do before, you can hit the plus icon on the iMessage, hit the plus icon, and you can scroll down. There's a send later feature. I think this is really important. I thought about it for Andy's birthday. I was like, I ended up just sending him the message. So he got it at 3 something in the morning his time. But I was like, if I wanted to be a nicer friend and send this message at 7 o'clock his time, I thought of his birthday last night. I could have just hit that send later feature and had it send off today, and then I'm covered, and I don't have to try to remember it. So there's just a little iPhone fact for those of you old people with bad memories like me. Yesterday I had an event, radio event. I had a radio event, a Studio 46 event that I had to go to, and it was a dress up situation. It was a horse racing event for the Breeders' Cup, and it's you can't just show up in a t-shirt and shorts. You got to dress up a little bit. So I was upstairs. I don't dress up a whole lot, and I love these moments because this reminds me how little I dress up. I went upstairs. I'm getting ready. I grabbed my black polo shirt. I'm like, what kind of pants do I want to wear? Well, I've got some gray cords, and I was like, I like these gray cords. I thought I liked these gray cords, so I pull these gray cords off the shelf, and I'm thinking, okay, these are great. I love these ones. Let's throw them on. I put them on, and I immediately realized I had not worn these gray cords in a while. Not because the button didn't button on them, not there yet, but I was like, oh, something's in the pocket of these cords. What is that? So I got excited. Like, I left money in here. I'm going to have $5, $10, $20 to spend today. I can go get lunch or something fun like that. This is great. So I reached my hand into the pocket. An old mask. An old, like, cloth mask that my wife had gotten when she was working for Universal Music Group. During COVID, they sent out a bunch of artists who worked for Universal on all genres. They made cloth masks with the logo or the name of that artist on the mask. And we had a ton of them. And I loved them because they were a little different. And so I had one of these, a Rolling Stones one, I had in the pocket of my pants. So as much as I thought I loved these cords, it was very apparent. I had not worn them in 6 years. And I thought that was quite enjoyable. But that's a new barometer where you leave money in something, you leave money in a jacket pocket. When you're finding masks and things, it's at this point of life, that probably means you can get rid of that article of clothing. You don't actually like it. You're going to be good getting rid of it because you won't need it again I won't need it again until 2032. That's a long time from now. I'm probably good getting rid of those. I'm finding a mask in the pocket of my pants. Wear dress clothes, Sean. Okay, I wanted to leave you with this. I love my Jeep. I've got a Jeep, a Wrangler. I had one through most of my 30s that I loved so much. It was my favorite rig. And when I had my Jeep in Spokane, it was awesome. I drive it around. You get the Jeep Wave. I'm sure you've seen it. You probably hate it. I'm sure you hate it if you're not a Jeep person. But you're on the steering wheel. You just give like 2 fingers up, pretty much the peace sign, when another Jeep drives at you. And I'll tell you, up in the Pacific Northwest, that's the thing. If you drive by a Jeep's coming at you and you're driving by it, everyone does it. So I got my Jeep here in Lexington, and I'm excited to bring that back because it was part of my driving for 8 years. Is it so stupid to love this kind of stuff? Probably, but I was excited. So I start doing it. No one in Lexington does that. They don't care. It's not a Jeep Wave community. Instead, they've embraced the worst part of owning a Jeep. The amount of stupid little rubber ducks I have got put on my car is insane. So I fell in love with Jeeps. I fell in love with the Jeep Wrangler, especially from G.I. Joe and from the A-Team, where at the beginning of the A-Team, they have sort of Jeep Wrangler. I don't know what those ones are, the military Jeeps, but they've got those. I just thought these are so cool. I had the Jeep toy for G.I. Joe. It was so cool. So that's when I fell in love with them, like military style. There's not a lot of military Jeeps that have rubber ducks in them. So as soon as I got my Jeep, you kind of hear the rumblings of when I got mine in Spokane. You're like, oh, these rubber ducks are a thing. I was like, yeah, not for me. But in Spokane, I think I had one time I was at Walmart and I came back out to the Jeep and someone had put a rubber duck on the hood of my car. And I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. And I took it, and I think I took it to work and left it in my office there. But I'm not going to display it. I've gotten almost 10 ducks since I got my Wrangler here a few months ago in Lexington. And when you drive around in Lexington, you realize real quickly, people don't buy the Jeep for any other reason than to get a ton of ducks. They're everywhere in every Jeep here. It's crazy. You'll be driving by and you'll see Jeeps that go along the dash of, or ducks that go along the dash, and somehow are going up the sides of them. Like they've super glued ducks to the side of their windshield. It is insane. And so now you want to feel like a big goober, you drive the vehicle that everyone here treats like a bath toy. The one nice thing with this is I got 3 kids. So every time I get a duck, I can bring it home, give it to one of the kids. They think it's great. Then the dog eats it and it's gone. So I don't need to remember it. But it's wild. The difference in just culturally different areas of the United States. Northwest, it felt sort of like an outdoorsy vehicle. Like you'd take it camping, you'd go to the river, you'd go to the lake. It felt very much like that kind of car. Here, it just feels like a bath toy. Very weird. I do love it, though. I love my Jeep. Very thankful that we got it. Okay, thanks for tuning in today. We'll be back tomorrow. I'm sure I'll be coughing still.